This evening on ENN Tonight.
Elon University faces consistent technology disruptions.
Student government changes their funding process for student organizations.
We are moving away from covering travel costs.
And a recap of a busy weekend for Elon athletics.
Those stories and more,
ENN Tonight
starts now.
Good evening and welcome to ENN Tonight. I'm Abigail Hines.
And I'm Fiona McAllister. Thank you for joining us. We start tonight with Elon Student Government Association, which has released their new bylaws for 2025 to 2026. I spoke with Elon Student Body President and she gave me more insight on the changes we can expect this upcoming semester. Now, let's go take a look. Elon's SGA makes changes and updates to their bylaws every fiscal year. But this year in particular, we'll be seeing a major shift in their financial funding process.
So our biggest change in our bylaws this year, I would say, is the deadlines. We're going to have people submit we've split it into a quarterly budget system. So you'll submit your budget for the following quarter during the previous quarter, basically.
When it comes to requesting funding, Cody said that SGA is moving from requests being on a rolling basis to a quarterly routine in order to eliminate extra work and stress for those going through funding request receipts.
It makes it less of a full-time job for these students who are juggling all the other things that they need to do.
And another huge difference in SGA funding is that
we are moving away from covering travel costs.
In their previous bylaws, SGA covered the cost of hotels, food, and gas for personal vehicles, but now they're not.
We just feel like it's not an equitable way to use student activity fees.
Cody said that SGA will continue to cover registration fees for conferences and other non-Elon hosted events, along with the cost of flights and university vehicles. Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight. SGA's typical annual budget is around $800,000, with about half of that allotted to student activities.
Elon has started welcoming the class of 2029 to campus, and throughout this spring, students and community members can expect to see more admitted students on campus. Planned events include interview weekends for scholarship programs such as Fellows, where prospective students can learn about the school, meet with current students, and interview for their respective programs. African American, Latinx, Asian and Pacific Islander, Native American, and multiracial students, as well as LGBTQIA+ identifying students and Odyssey program recipients are invited to campus for Phoenix Fusion, a weekend of programming and campus exploration, along with the opportunity to stay overnight in a dorm with a current student. 3 Phoenix Friday events are also set to be held throughout March and April for all admitted students to learn more about Elon and meet future classmates.
Student and staff inboxes have been flooded in recent weeks with notifications for increases in technical and connectivity issues. This week, the tech problems were at a peak, with campus losing Wi-Fi completely. Our Alice Morrissey has more on the story.
Computers, cell phones, and general technology has become a staple in every Elon student's daily workflow. However, in recent weeks, the sound of phones buzzing and keyboards typing have been replaced by one more specific sound. Internet and connection issues have been addressed by the school via e-alerts 5 times in the last 2 weeks. The IT issues have been leaving some students unable to submit or access classwork.
I was trying to submit a lab on whatever the day was that the power went out. I think it was Wednesday. And I completely lost power in my day and lost Wi-Fi. And I couldn't submit it on time. I had to submit a day late.
Students first started to notice technical issues at the beginning of the spring semester and have only seen them increase as classes continue. Many students are concerned about how the internet problems may affect their academics if the issue is not solved.
It has been affecting my work, so I really hope that they get it figured out quickly. Because I think if it keeps happening, my work and my grades might actually suffer.
Elon News Network reached out to both Technology Services and Elon's Chief Information Officers. However, neither department is willing to comment at this time. Alice Morrissey, ENN Tonight.
Be sure to keep up with Elon e-alerts for any future tech problems.
With Elon's spring break only 3 weeks away, many students already have plans to drive, fly, or travel. ENN's Angelina Fantroni has students' feelings about flying after seeing recent plane crashes in the media.
Going home, skiing, boating, and traveling are just some of the things Elon students are doing for spring break.
I'm going home. I live up in Connecticut.
Going back home, then going to Syracuse.
I'm going back home to LA.
I'm going back home to Massachusetts.
In total, there have been 94 aviation accidents in 2025, according to the National Transportation Safety Board. 14 of them have been deadly. Most Elon students are not afraid of flying, but feel as if the incidents are troublesome.
I mean, you don't really think like that can happen to me, right? But I guess everyone thinks that, right?
I mean, percent chance of you actually getting in a plane crash is still pretty low, so I'm not really that worried about flying.
I don't know, it's just a bit nerve-wracking to see planes crashing, but don't think it'll deter me from taking any future flights.
I definitely don't know everything, but like, it's just terrible at the end of the day. You don't want to see that at all in any country, any situation.
A survey from Associated Press and the National Opinion Research Center states that 64% of adults find air travel to remain safe or somewhat safe. This is a 7% decrease from last year. Angelina Fantroni, ENN Tonight.
Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., Elon University polls will release their recent findings regarding President Trump's first month in office. The poll covers attitudes on various topics, including immigration, tariffs, and currency production. According to an email earlier this afternoon from Assistant Vice President for Strategic Communications, Eric Townsend, the online survey measured input from 1,000 adults and was facilitated by international polling firm YouGov. Poll results will be available at elon.edu/elonpoll. One topic included in the poll is the Trump administration's new immigration policies, which changed restrictions on where U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement can operate, allowing the agency to conduct deportations in places like schools and places of worship. These policy changes have sparked public concern in communities across the country. In Alamance County, where approximately 20% of the population identifies as a minority, including a 15.4 Latin American population, the possibility of an ICE raid has left many residents on edge. Although the district declined to interview, an ABSS spokesperson told ENN via email, quote, "We know that questions about immigration enforcement can create concern in our school communities. It's important to remember that every child has a constitutional right to attend school, and our priority remains to provide a high-quality education to all students and ensure we have the necessary resources to support teaching and learning. If any developments affect our schools, we will work with our state and local partners to address them appropriate," end quote.
After the break, we'll take a look at how Alamance County is recognizing its past through an annual vigil.
Last week, we saw some winter weather and snow. I'll let you know what to expect this week when we come back.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think.
You all right? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
there's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
It's been pretty chilly lately, and we even saw some snow last week.
Let's check in with our Mackenzie Cruz to see if warmer days are on the horizon. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Abigail and Fiona. After last week's winter storm, we are finally looking at sunny skies and spring weather coming up this week. Now for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tonight will be a low of 34 and clear skies with a breeze. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high of 67. Wednesday is looking at a high of 68 and more sun. Thursday, the clouds will come back with a chance of showers in the afternoon and a high in the mid-60s again. The sun will come back out Friday, along with some wind and a high of 55. Finally, we're looking at more sun on Saturday with a high of 65. As we move into March, it looks like we're done with snow here at Elon and moving on to spring weather. This coming month will be fluctuating around the mid-60s, and we're looking at a good bit of rain. And get ready because pollen season is starting here in early March, and it will reach its height in April. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Glad to hear it's warming up soon. But while the snow may be coming to an end, its effects can be seen for the Alamance-Burlington school system, which is adding school days to this academic year's calendar. Last week's snow caused ABSS to cancel school for the 5th and 6th days so far this school year. And while the school system budgets extra days for weather-related closures, this year's snow days have surpassed those scheduled days. To make up for the closure on February 19th, February 28th will now be a full school day instead of a teacher work day. ABSS also announced on Instagram that a makeup day will be required for February 20th, but that date has not yet been finalized.
Stickers marking books with violence, underage drinking, or sexual content may be coming to Alamance County libraries, but it's stirring debate after LGBTQ+ content was discussed as a possible category. Some community members say it unfairly targets certain themes and could stigmatize books. The American Library Association advises against labeling LGBTQ+ content for this reason. This policy allows for the 2023 appointment of Cheryl Stanford to the library committee. Stanford previously criticized an LGBTQ+ book display. The Alamance County Community Remembrance Coalition hosted their annual vigil for Wyatt Outlaw, who was lynched in Graham, North Carolina in 1870. ENN's Angelina Fantaroni has the emotions behind the event.
The steps of the Alamance County Courthouse in Graham were the site of prayer.
When the chaos of this dies down, give us a lasting spirit of solidarity, O Lord.
Song.
Let it shine.
And emotion.
I have complicated feelings because you can't make any of this stuff right? Like you can't fix anything. But we do these things because we as a community should acknowledge the blood that's in the soil. The blood that was spilled unjustly, injustly.
The annual vigil features soil from the 3 documented lynching sites in Alamance County.
It's really important for the community to learn about our history because we'll never be able to move forward and make progress until we understand what has happened in the past.
The coalition works closely with the Equal Justice Initiative to educate the community about history in Alamance County.
They provide guidance along the way as we work on our soil collection project, which we did in 2021, which the soil's here today for people to interact with.
In front of the courthouse lies a Confederate monument. The coalition says they recognize the history behind it, but want to add plaques of the 3 lynching victims.
The South is not just Confederate soldiers. The South is also this other part of our history that we have of racial terror.
The vigil ended with attendees lighting candles together in solidarity of Black history. Angelina Fancheroni, ENN Tonight.
To learn more about this vigil and its meaning, visit elonnewsnetwork.com.
The town of Elon is looking for help in uncovering the stories behind historic photos currently on display at the Town Hall Annex. Community members are invited to stop by the downtown annex on North Williamson Avenue tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. to share any details or insights. Light refreshments will be provided.
Elon Center for Race, Ethnicity, and Diversity Education is hosting Carnival, a celebration of Afro-Latinx culture, this Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. in McKinnon Hall. The event is open to all students and staff and will celebrate diversity and community, featuring music and dancing.
I'm Miles Hayford, and I will catch you up on all things Elon sports after the break.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Kudos, Carl. You've always had a need for speed. Racing anything with wheels, speed reading novels in record time, yelling out 3, 2, 1 at every traffic light. But this time, you've taken your power obsession to the next level. By purchasing this electric vehicle, you've given yourself instant torque that blows your old launch times away, which will keep you saying, "Woo-wee" every time you punch the pedal. Good for your adrenaline, great for the planet. That's the power of EV.
It was a busy weekend for Elon Sports with teams picking up wins and players reaching big milestones. ENN Sports editor Miles Hayford is in studio to break it all down for us.
Thanks, Fiona. This weekend was jam-packed for sports. Men's tennis secured its first win of the season Friday against East Tennessee State. The victory marked head coach Machik Sakut's first win at the helm for Elon. Women's lacrosse got its first win of the season, beating Virginia Commonwealth 17-6. Senior Sammy Fisher scored twice, becoming just the 6th player in program history to surpass 100 career points. Later that night, men's basketball fell short on senior night. ENN's Kathan Gandhi was there and has more on the battle.
As senior Sam Sherry took the floor against the College of William and Mary Griffins, it was clear that there was lots on his mind. It'd be the last time he'd play at home.
It's been super fun playing in the Shire. Everybody who's come out to support me and the guys, I owe it all to my teammates and the coach. It's been a great run.
Saturday marked Elon's last home game of the season. Top scorers like Nick Dorn and TJ Simpkins were sidelined with injuries, meaning that other starters had to step up. On the night focused around the seniors, it was junior TK Simpkins who took center stage.
What he did tonight was somewhat heroic. Full court pressure, break the pressure, still scoring a half court. I just thought he did so much.
Simpkins flew high, leading the team with 30 points. Despite his performance, Elon struggled to defend a team that was not afraid to shoot the three.
That makes it difficult. It really puts a lot of pressure on your defense. To extend beyond the line, they back that up with a really good cutting away from the basket.
Elon pushed for a comeback, but a mid-game 18-0 run by the Griffins proved too much to overcome. They ultimately lost 79-70. As the Phoenix enter their last two games, they look to find confidence to carry to the CAA championship. Kathan Gandhi, ENN Tonight.
The Phoenix next play Monmouth University on the road February 27th. Women's basketball also had tough conference games this weekend, losing to Delaware Friday and Drexel yesterday. Softball hit the road for the Clemson Classic, picking up 2 wins over Villanova, but falling to Marshall and host Clemson. Women's tennis hosted 3 matches this weekend and won 2 of them, losing yesterday to Furman. Head coach Elizabeth Anderson said the team's success on the court can be attributed to a new individualized training program the team has implemented. All while that was happening, Elon Baseball hosted Binghamton for a weekend series, dropping 2 of 3 games at Latham Park. Friday's opener started as a pitching duel, with both teams going scoreless through 5 innings. Starting pitcher for the Phoenix, Justin Mitrovic, who is expected to be drafted after this season, experienced success by mixing speed and finesse. On Friday, Mitrovic racked up 8 strikeouts. Binghamton's starting pitcher matched Mitrovic's energy, having 7 strikeouts and only allowing 1 hit. Once the bullpens took over, the game broke open. Elon fought back from a pair of 2-run innings, but couldn't overcome a 4-run 9th inning, falling 8-4. Following the game, head coach Mike Kennedy said he was proud of the offensive veterans who battle regardless of the opponent. Saturday was tougher for the Phoenix, as its offense couldn't get anything going in a 7-0 shutout loss. But on Sunday, Elon came back strong, dominating in an 8-2 win, avoiding the series sweep and picking up its 2nd win of the season. Elon now looks ahead to its next matchup against Wake Forest tomorrow afternoon in Winston-Salem as it tries to build momentum. That's all I have for this week's sports update. Back to you, Abigail, at the desk.
Thanks, Miles. After the break, we'll see how Elon students are supporting local kids battling disease in preparation for an annual event.
And an updated timeline for Burlington's new pickleball complex.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night-night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Women are bad with money. That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now we've got something to say.
Save it. It's time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Until we're no longer 80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
Save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault.
Then, the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
I've always been told I gotta be strong.
thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Elon-thon hosted their second annual Spring Field Day to raise money for Duke Children's Hospital. Students and Miracle Children participated in activities and got to know one another. Let's check out the event. With just a few weeks until Elon-thon's dance marathon, Elon-thon held a field day for students and the families of Miracle Children to play some games and have a fun afternoon.
Today we are doing Field Day, which is our second time ever doing it. We did it for the first time in the fall, and we are doing it to get our Miracle Kids on campus prior to our main event in April, so then our student population can get to know our kids.
3 Miracle Children, Bella, Gio, and Connor, participated in Field Day alongside Elon-thon's executive team and Zeta Beta Tau fraternity.
Getting the families here and seeing these kids smile and this does mean a lot to them. So it is pretty touching to see them out here having fun because they do have a very tough life.
Elon-thon is an opportunity for students like Olivia Feast to connect with others on campus, but also with the greater community around her.
So I joined Elon-thon my freshman year. I was looking for friends, but also a way to make a difference in the world. And Elon-thon has really just helped me learn so much more about the community around me and things that are so much bigger than myself, while also making so many new friends.
Elon-thon aims to help fundraise for research, toys, and crafts for kids receiving treatment at Duke Children's.
I have been able to see firsthand what this organization does for these children, and being the head of that is something that I'll never take for granted in life.
Abigail, Hines, ENN Tonight. Elon-thon's dance marathon event will take place on April 6th in Alumni Gym.
City officials now expect the pickleball complex at Burlington's City Park to be completed in early April, more than 6 months after its original date of completion last September. In addition to the City Park complex, 6 more courts are under construction at Fairchild Park as part of the same over $4 million contract approved in 2023. Recreation and Parks Director Tony Laws explained that the multi-million-dollar complex was already behind schedule before this winter's cold weather, further delaying the project's timeline. Other setbacks include rerouting a sewer line and delays with getting light poles for the project. The wait continues, but with progress picking up, Burlington residents may soon be able to break out their paddles.
The Department of Performing Arts at Elon University is set to present Emanation, the spring dance concert. Emanation is an evening-length performance that delves into the transformative power of movement and the flow of creation. Directed by Jasmine Powell, this dynamic performance will feature the work of Elon dance students and guest choreographers. Performances will take place at the Mercury Theater in the Center for the Arts from Friday, March 7th to Sunday, March 9th. Showtimes include 7:30 p.m. on March 7th, 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. on March 8th, and 2 p.m. on March 9th. Tickets are $15 or free with an Elon ID and can now be purchased online at elontickets.com.
Elon University's annual Relay for Life event will take place at 6 p.m. this Friday in the Phoenix Activities and Recreation Center. The 12-hour event is aimed to help raise money for the American Cancer Society, with funds going towards patient services and cancer research. Last year, the event raised over $46,000 and had around 400 participants. This year's event will feature guest speakers, games, and performances from various Elon groups. To register for the event, you can visit relay.org/Elon. Well, that's all the news we have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for stories, sports, and more.
Make sure to also follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
And don't forget to check out ENN Radio on Spotify.
Have a great night, Elon.